Alright, welcome to Brick and Driver, where we are going to be revealing the top 10 cars. Well, we already revealed them. We're going to be revealing what got 10th, what got 3rd, we're revealing all of the positions. And let's start over here with last. I have put them in order, because that's how I roll. Last is the Degrassi Trekker. What we did like about it, we're going to be just saying what we liked, and the main thing that we liked, well, the interior on this is amazing. It has a really good interior. Seats are amazingly comfortable. What we did not like, it's not very practical because it has a coupe style. Here, there's not much room in the trunk. It's not the prettiest vehicle in the world. It has kind of a fat, dumb-looking design. Like, they tried too hard to make it look sleek, and then they ended up making it look ugly. And the suspension here is too focused on being comfortable to where it just makes it uncontrollable to drive. If you get it up above, let's say, 30 or so, it just goes all lopsided and crazy. So that's what we did not like about the Degrassi, and that's why it got 10th. But 10th isn't all bad, because that does mean it's the 10th best car of the year. All these cars here are good, this is just the worst of the good, if that made any sense whatsoever. Your next one we have is the GCM Trooper. What we did like about it, it drove really nice. It had the perfect engine for this, the 3-liter V6. It had the ability to accelerate, which other trucks of its class could not accelerate like they needed to. They had underpowered engines, the diesels. And for a mid-sized truck, it actually has a pretty decent-sized bed. And it's very budget-friendly as well. What we did not like about it is the lack of detail on the interior. That was the main thing. So, that's this one. This got 9th. 8th is the TAC Goliath. So, what we liked about this one is the way that TAC redesigned it. He said it has a less fat design, but I think it could be a little bit less fat even more. And it had a pretty good interior for a budget car. This is the cheapest car here, and yet you're getting GPS and everything else. So things we didn't like about it, the performance was kind of sluggish, and we felt that the suspension could be a little bit better as well. Okay, Cart did not like how small the trunk was, and I have to say I agree with him there as well. And you're also getting cloth seats here. There's no option for leather, which I honestly don't mind cloth seats, but I know the majority of people would prefer leather over cloth, so that's another thing we do not like about the Goliath. So this got 8th. It only has 2 rows of seating as well. And in the back row, there's only 4 seats, and they could have fit 5. And there's also basically no rear visibility out of there. Another thing I forgot to mention one thing we liked. It has a sunroof. Alright, next up. Brickline Avenger. What we liked about it, it has a very good interior, very good quality, has pretty good acceleration, it's not underpowered, and like all Bricklines, it has really good brakes. One thing we did not like about it though is they put so much bed liner and everything in to keep the bed tough, it has basically no room in the back at all. Yes, and another problem with most Bricklines is the blind spot. So, yeah. I feel like they could have added a bit more power to it because the Trooper did feel like it had a bit more power. And the suspension wasn't perfect, but it was better than most other trucks in its class. So, this here we have in, make sure I'm saying this right, yes, 7th. And that's pretty much it here. Felt powerful, yeah. You get a VA out of this too, so. Alright, I've had enough doing good parking jobs. So, park it in there. Next up, in 6th, we have the Brickline Oasis Turbo. Kind of boxy, yeah. One thing we did like about it, it had an interior. It was a very fun to drive car. It's definitely a driver's car. The suspension balance on this between performance and comfort is pretty much perfect. Yep, it has smooth feel. You can also have a little bit of fun with it, so as for like performance and fun to drive, this car is amazing. We did not like the styling. It looks like pretty much every other Brickline. And again, we have blind spot issues. The interior's pretty good. There is an option for leather seats here. You get infotainment, and one thing I really liked is folding mirrors, so you could park it really easily. So as for a city car, the Oasis is amazing. And also, I feel like it was a little bit smaller than it probably should have been. I know they're trying to go for a compact feel here, but I feel like it could have been just a little bit bigger to get a little more practicality out of it. Next up, we have the Sparlin. What I liked about it, it's better looking than most Bricklines, but it still has that same front as all the Bricklines do. So that's the thing we don't like. Same thing with the back end of it. There is not a blind spot issue as much here, and rear visibility is really good for a sports car. That's another thing. Like, has pretty good interior, but one thing we did not like, you have all this extra space behind here. Yeah. So yeah, blind spot isn't as bad as normal, but yeah. This is also $60,000. But so practicality is the main problem with this car. That's why it was 5th. But again, you're getting really good brakes. Yeah. Alright, 4th place. We have the Toryhatsu Pharaoh. It was amazingly fast. It was a hybrid engine, so it got really good MPG. It had really economical, even when you're driving flat out, like other supercars of its class. It's probably the best handling car here. One thing we did not like, the interior's a bit bland. And it's not super practical. I didn't mind the interior, but I kind of do mind it. So, sportiness is the main thing here. Backwards seems a bit boxy. Yeah, it kind of was. Alright, let's move on to the next car, which is the Strangler and Terrace. What we liked about it is pretty good styling, although it is not the best here in that department. We really liked the interior of this car. Yeah, the interior was definitely a high point here. The only complaint we had about it is that it did not feel super powerful. I mean, I'm accelerating pretty good now, but the brakes are not good. And the blind spot is kind of getting that from Brickline because it's really bad. I can see back a little bit, but yeah. So if they could give this a little bit more power and fix the blind spot issue, this might have gotten number 1. But because of that, those two things, it didn't get it. So, it also has an amazing sunroof in the car, which is something that Brickline never bothered to offer in theirs, which I wish they would start doing. So, second place is the Brickline Premier. We kind of liked how they tried to make their styling a little bit better here by putting the little slit in the headlights. So they got a little bit outgoing here. And for a big SUV, this thing is pretty fast. It has the best SUV time up our handling course. In fact, I'm going to go up there. Of any SUV. High ground clearance, it's very off-road capable. This is the RST version, it can do rallying. I just feel it has plenty of power, not underpowered at all. The ugly front and back, yeah. It has a very similar engine to the Sparlan, as a matter of fact. It's just a lot heavier. They downgrade the power a little bit. And it's very practical. It has 3 rows of seating, and it has folding mirrors to make it a little bit easier to park. And if you want to have fun with this, you can totally have fun with this car. Because Brickline doesn't really concentrate on looks as much as does that. But on the interior, you will find 6 leather seats, infotainment, carbon fiber trim, and what's missing is a sunroof. So, yeah, this is our second place car, so this is really good. Let's see what first place is, and you guys might have seen my screenshot already. We have the ZTM Atlantic. It says 7 rows of seating. All the cutouts in the new Brickline are weird. Triangular mess. It's just not good, yeah. Interior is amazing. And unlike any other car I've ever driven, it has backseat entertainment. It has an opening hood, which you don't find on many Brick Rigs cars. And even these 3rd row of seating is really good. And it's not slow either. It handles pretty nice. It could have handled a little bit better, but I'm not going to start complaining. The main thing that put us over the edge with this car was its interior. Which is good for roleplay. It also felt nice and was spacious. It's a very safe car as well. 5-star safety rating. Very practical. Only bad thing was the brakes. Brakes on this are garbage, but then again, they're gonna be really good to move this, which is by far the heaviest vehicle here. It seemed a little bit boxy. Yeah, he did not vote this first place, by the way. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what he did. But I will just say he did not vote this first. I honestly don't mind how the back looks. I feel like it has like a, what am I looking for? Like a Mercedes G-Wagon feel, and I really like the Mercedes G-Wagon in real life, So yeah, it is off-road capable as well. It's all-wheel drive. I did take a screenshot of that hill, and I did not teleport it up there. It drove up there itself, so it's pretty impressive off-road as well. opening doors as well, which is good for roleplay. So that's going to be the end of our video today. Any last comments, Barry? Well, what? Need more sedans and hatchbacks in the running. Yeah, I do too. So every month we will be finding 5 cars that have been released within that month. And we will be rating those and doing a car of the month. Every month. And those cars there are probably going to be in the top 10. There's a 3-liter V6 in it as well. And you get a full panoramic sunroof. So anyway, that's going to end the video today. I hope you enjoyed. Once again, our top car of the year is the ZTM Atlantic, and I did not make these. We had judges, and I also would like to make a shout out to our judges. Me, Cliff Burton, Card obviously, Mike, and then General Mosey. Thank you all very much for coming here, taking time out of your day to vote for these cars. And the ZTM had 39 points out of the total 50, which was 5 more points in second place Premier, which had 34. I'm not going to give you any more close scores than that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.